Hi everyone, today's tutorial is on backside stools. So many of you messaged me asking for this tutorial, so here you go. I'm gonna level with you. Backside stools were really hard for me to learn. I thought about them all the time when I was trying to learn them. I lost them so many times, got them back, lost them, sort of would land on them but roll off. If you're learning backside stools at the moment, you'll be familiar with this. At the end of the day, it's sort of just muscle memory and like full commitment. But once you have backside stools like properly, they are so solid. Like for me, they're so solid. They're the first trick I will do when I test out a ramp. Compare them to a plate stool, I just really feel that lock on them. So if you're worried that you're never going to get there and it's feeling like sort of insurmountable mountain, you know, you will get there. Like backside stools will become something that you can do. And now they're literally like my favourite go-to stool. In this video, I'm gonna first of all give you like a breakdown of how to get to backside stool. I'm gonna talk about what you need first before you can get to backside stool. And then I'm gonna show you some little exercises I did to get muscle memory, because really it's just about really committing to it. I used to do these walking along the street and everybody knew what I was doing, like all my friends, my non-skate friends, because I was insanely obsessed with backside stools. But enough about me struggling to do backside stools, let's show you how to do them yourselves. So first, you really want to be comfortable just airing out and 180ing out the ramp. So if you haven't got that on lock, it's going to be really hard for you to get backside stools, so just practice that first.
If your 180 airs out need improvement, practice your 180s on flat ground first. Practice doing them to your toe stops and to your wheels. Then take them to the ramp. It helps to do a little pump both on the drop in and on the way up.
If you're struggling with this, you could practice airing out of a bank first. But yeah, you need to have good air. You can work on your forwards air and work on your 180s and put them together, or you can just work on your 180 airs out. But yeah, you really need to be able to solidly 180 air out onto your toe stops or wheels before you start this. And obviously you need to be happy stalling too, because it's sort of easier to get into a plate stall when you want to know what a stall feels like. And obviously as you're going to be landing on the coping of the ramp, you need to be happy dropping in. If you need some help learning to stall or drop in, I have tutorials which I'll put up here somewhere. Link to them up there on dropping in and stalling for the first time. So watch those first before you get onto these steps. All right, let's get started.
So once you're happy just 180ing out onto the deck, start 180ing out and leaving 1 foot behind on the coping. You can use the toe stop with the foot landing on the deck to stop you from rolling back, but as you get more and more used to this trick, you'll need to rely on it less. You might prefer to land on 4 wheels with your foot turned out like a T to stop you moving backwards. Start landing with the foot that's landing on the deck closer and closer to the coping. As you practice this, you'll learn to control your speed and body positioning so that your weight feels less pulled backwards out of the ramp, and the roll of the toe stop or foot on the deck becomes just to support you, not to stop you from rolling backwards. Then you're ready to start trying to land both feet on the coping. Make sure to land with slightly bent knees and then straighten up after. This isn't an instant or easy process, so don't feel discouraged if you don't get it straight away. It's usually helpful to spot the coping when you land. You'll either want to look at the coping between your legs where you're landing, or, as this can be a little bit disorientating, you might want to look along the coping to the side on which you're turning. Make sure to look back up again before you drop back in. Usually, if you're struggling to get that foot closer to the coping, it's because your momentum is directed too far back. Try directing it up instead. If you're still having difficulties, instead of trying to think about pulling your leg close to the coping, think about landing a bit wider out. The wider you get, the closer it will have to go to the coping in order for you to still have your other foot on the coping. This can help you draw it closer until eventually you'll land it on the coping. Often what can be most difficult is just committing both feet to land next to each other, so you could try landing on a bank first. In some ways this is more difficult as you haven't really got anything to lock onto, but it can help you get over that barrier of landing with your feet next to each other, so you know that actually it's going to be alright.
So now I'm just going to really quickly visit some exercises that I did off skates that helped me sort of develop that muscle memory and learn to commit to it. And you can use this for other tricks too. Like if you're wondering why you can't land something, can you land it in shoes? Let's find out. And if you can't, maybe you need to work on the balance there first. So this is a general all-around good thing to build that muscle memory, especially if you can't always get to skate parks that often. Find a curb or a step in your house, or really anything slightly raised,
And practice stepping onto it in backside position. When you're comfortable, you can start jumping onto it. Practicing this whenever you get a chance, whenever you see a curb when you're walking on the street, can really help you get used to just landing with your 2 feet together.
Alright, well, I hope this video has been helpful for you. One last thing, if you feel like your backsides are like you're rolling back into the ramp and, you know, they feel very uncertain, like it's just a clip, work on trying to get them more up there. A lot of people are sort of doing 180s in the transition and just trying to land their back wheels on the ramp, but their body is too far in. And whilst, you know, you do need a balance of your body being out and in the ramp so you don't roll out, and also if you want to start sliding, then you need to lean forwards more. You know, you want it to be something that actually locks in rather than just sort of like a brush by as you 180. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Like, comment, subscribe, do all the things, share it with your friends, because that really helps, and more people watch videos, or they are hopefully useful too. Let me know if there's something particular you want me to do a tutorial on, and I'll see you in the next video.